Hello, hello, welcome back. Obviously, we got my buddy Eddie here. We are at Flex Machine Tools. We're gonna talk a little bit about what they do, probably more like a lot of it. But we're gonna learn more about what they do, all the little smorgasbord of pot that they're stirring, having a good time. That's kind of how he described it to me. So I'm doing my best to reiterate through that discussion. So Eddie, thank you so much for being a part of MTD CNC.
No, it's seriously, it's great to be here talking with you and really just learn about all the amazing things that's going on in our ever-changing dynamic industry, man. It's awesome.
Well, brother, your energy is infectious. A lot of people say that I travel a lot or I have a lot of energy, but I think I absorb some of that from you because every time I see you, talk to you, it's just powerful statements of who you are, what you're doing, Flex Machine Tools, so it's really incredible to get here and create this video with you as well.
No, I really appreciate, we've had a lot of amazing interactions, and likewise, I mean, really, I think there are good things, there are good voices within our industry. I think you're definitely on that, and I think we have a task to really do some really cool things and utilize kind of the awesomeness and the energy that we have. Shine some light, man. Shine some light.
So, well, let's talk about the products that you have here and what you're doing. This looks like a 5-axis Waterjet spindle of some sort that's going to go on a machine. I'm very familiar with Yaskawa. However, I don't see the machine that goes with it. So let's talk a little bit more about this 5-axis head we're looking at here.
Yeah, no, really what it comes down to is we are a growth company, period. We're about disruption and about innovation, and without getting into some type of cheesy marketing pitch, we really heard from a lot of the market from our current CNC customers that there was gaps in service, there's gaps in performance, there's gaps in general speed, and so we got some of the brightest minds that we could bring into our facility, all based around that item right there. And so that's really what led us to really not only diving into, for lack of a better term, in our water world, but really exploring and taking this water jet world head on. And that is the key differentiator of everything that we're doing. It's just really a key to what it is we're doing, from not being afraid to try these new things, but never being afraid to disrupt.
I like the word disruption, but now you have my attention and very curious in the sense that if the industry is having a skills gap or missing something that you guys start to attend to, how do you guys find the people to make that happen? Because you mentioned 3 or 4 different things that have not a whole lot in relationship to one another, but you're like, we do this, we do this, we do this. How do they relate? Well, they don't really. But the industry needed it, and so we do it. How does that work?
I mean, really what it comes down to, we feel that everybody has like their legacy products, like, hey, we're known for this, and some people would just ride it out, like Toys R Us, for example. They didn't adapt, and so they paid dearly for it. And Flex will never, we refuse to ever be stagnant or to ever be a part of that conversation. So if we notice a gap in the market, whether it's a service gap, whether it's a performance gap, if it makes sense and it's at least somewhat relevant, then we're gonna absolutely get after it. And this is just the latest example of doing that. We did it when we elevated from the tapping arms into the CNC machine to make a more versatile machine, and now we're doing it to be able to cut from 5 to 7 times faster with water, man. It's I gotta tone it down. I'm super passionate about it because I love disruption as well, and Flex is every essence of that. From a product standpoint to a service standpoint, we're ringing bells, we're turning it up to 11, we're shining bright.
You are definitely the right dude, for sure. So you mentioned super briefly about the tapping heads and some of the other stuff that you guys do as well. Obviously this one's right behind us, it's forefront, but talk a little bit about some of the other stuff you guys do. Where did you start? How did you grow? What are you passionate about now? Because obviously there's some passion.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the tapping heads. Let's talk about some of the individual products and services that Flex offers.
Yeah, I started off as a military stamping company. You know, honestly, was it Richard Sr., the founder and owner of Flex Arm, kind of accidentally invented it, if you will, because tapping sucks. I mean, it's if you're doing it by hand or anything, you know, offline, whatever it may be, it sucks. Everybody knows that. Easy to break taps. And so from that, born, hey, there's a gap in the market. There's a chance to innovate it, and so that's really what started it all. And we're still obviously selling Flex Arms. It's our, you know, our legacy product, flagship, and so it's great to be able to have that. But what's evolved from that is so much more, because we did take that tapping capability and actually turn it into an ergonomic line to help individuals who are either using heavy torque tools. And you got to think, you know, Jane Doe or John Blow, who's on that assembly line, taking some heavy torque tool like this for 8 hours a day. It's rough. It's rough, and not that, people not bending their knees when they're picking things up. So it was out of care and compassion that we created our ergo line. And then from that, going into the CNCs, man, because we saw too many people buying too many machines when we could have one specific machine do a variety of things. And so it's wonderful to not only have the empathy and the innovation that we have, but everything that we go head first, 100%, and it allows us essentially to go and find that next gap. Now, it doesn't take away our focus from our current markets that we're serving. It just allows us to increase our bandwidth and get the right superstars to go in the direction that we're going, which is disrupting and filling gaps, man.
Can I honestly say I'm fascinated? You've got my attention. You've made me feel intrigued about possibility and how it all started, because it makes sense.
Right.
So if someone out there is equally as intrigued as I am at this moment, which I'm sure there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people going, I want to learn more.
Right.
Where can we find you? What's a website, socials, LinkedIn, personal address, home phone number? You know, anything that you want to give out to let people know how to find you.
Got it. Social, firstborn.
Right.
I got 4 of them. It's good. So, but no worries, man. In all reality, Flex, we do an amazing job in our marketing. So much where I was in sales for 11 years and transitioned into our marketing department because I believe so much the message that we're bringing. So flexmachinetools.com, 100% amazing, user-friendly website. We've got great content on LinkedIn. We're doing a couple of series. We're doing our Flex and Friends series. You'll be able to find me hosting that. But also we have our Instagram. We've got YouTube with some amazing, I would really argue, some of the best HD video content when it comes to machines in the entire industry, because we really mean it and we know that that's how you get to learn who we are. So for those who are trying to learn our story, we've got flexmachinetools.com, our Instagram, we got our LinkedIn, YouTube page. We even mess around on TikTok, man. Even mess around on TikTok.
There we go. Well, now you know how to find them, guys. So give Flex a look, learn a little bit more about the products. This is my buddy Eddie. I guess we got to do it before we sign off, man. We got to flex, right?
Have to.
All right.